Hello, this is Catherine. I've been given some records. So these are classical and Christmas right here. I've already been going through them. And over here, I have some more records in here. These are mostly children's, and there's some 45s. I brought some in the house already. And then I got another box over here. I'm going to open it. So this box here has some country and some pop and rock, and I've already taken out the ones I want. So eventually we'll clean all these up and go through these and show them to you. But this is kind of exciting. I love it when people give me stuff. So those are the records. I received those September 20th, 2024. They were very dusty and I've been cleaning them, and I'm ready to show you 7 today. I'll begin with Tina Turner, Private Dancer. And I did look up the information on these, so I'll tell you some of the facts. So this was released May 25th of 1984, and it's on Capitol Records, and I'll show you the record itself. What's great is these still have their original inner sleeves. So here's this great photograph of Tina. And here's the record on Capitol Rainbow label. And here's the back. So the singles in America off here. The first one is What's Love Got to Do with It? And that was released in May of '84. And that's one of my favorite songs on here. It's like a perfect pop song. Number 2 is Better Be Good to Me. I think that's my next favorite song. In fact, I like it a lot. It's great. And then number 3, Private Dancer. That song was actually written by Mark Knopfler. And number 4, Show Some Respect. So this album went 5 times platinum in America. And it was internationally successful pretty much all over the world, going platinum in several countries. And in 2020, the album was selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Registry. It's culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. And this was a big comeback for her, so that's why it made history. So I'm glad I have this in my collection. I don't know why I haven't had it anyway. So album number 2 is Phil Collins' No Jacket Required. I've had this CD for a very long time, so it's now wonderful to get a record copy. So here it is. And there's Phil's signature, the loopy cursive. And again, this one also has the original sleeve, which is wonderful. So we have this photograph of Phil Collins. And this was released February 18th of 1985, and it's on the Atlantic label because it's an American copy. So our singles on here, let me get the record again. So the singles are Susudio, One More Night, Don't Lose That Number, and Take Me Home. This sold 12 million copies in the United States, so that's diamond, and 25 million copies worldwide, making this one of the best-selling albums in 1985. And Phil Collins is actually the 3rd most selling solo artist in the 80s. Number 1 was Michael Jackson. Number 2 was Paul McCartney. And Phil Collins was number 3. Best selling artist of all time in the 80s, male. Number 3. I was actually really excited to find this. It's Air Supply, Greatest Hits from August of 1983, and it's on the Arista label. And it has the original sleeve too. So I'll show you the Arista label. Producer Clive Davis. So what I also appreciate about this cover is the artwork. So the artist, let's see, her name is Linda Freenamore. And I appreciate this because this is done in pencil, colored pencil. Very detailed. And this picture on the back as well. So I think that's really lovely. And this contains 9 tracks. All of these were top 10s in America. Lost in Love, Even the Nights Are Better, The One That You Love, Making Love Out of Nothing at All, Every Woman in the World, Here I Am, and Chances. I looked them up and they're from Melbourne, Australia. So Graham Russell is the blonde guy right here. He's the songwriter and he plays guitar and does harmony vocals. And Robin Hitchcock is the main vocalist with the dark hair. So I really enjoyed these songs. I think this is good music. Album number 4, it has a very memorable song. It's Kim Carnes with Betty Davis Eyes. So here's the album. It's titled Mistaken Identity. And it was released April of 1981. And Betty Davis Eyes was a #1 song. It took 9 weeks to climb the charts, and it spent 4 weeks at #1. So this album has its original sleeve as well. So there's some pictures and lyrics. So the second single on here was Draw the Cards. August of 81, it reached number 28. And third song, Mistaken Identity, the title track, it went to number 60. And I honestly don't remember hearing those songs on the radio. But I'll say this record has a few scratches on it. It does skip a little bit, but I am going to keep it. Overall, it has nice vocal harmony, guitar work, and drums. And there's just some nice songs on here. And there's the track listing. And I'll show you the record. So it's on EMI America. I'm gonna throw you guys a curveball here from records that I usually show. I was actually really excited about this. So it's nostalgia for me. Don Ho's Greatest Hits. And look, it's still in the shrink wrap. I left that on there for show and tell. I think I'll probably take it off just because this is so old and dusty. This was released in 1970. And I'll tell you a little bit about my experience with Don Ho. My mom's side of the family, my grandparents lived in Hawaii. So I visited the first time to Hawaii when I was 6 years old. And my grandma had bought this player piano from somebody in Hawaii. And it came with all these rolls that you could put into the piano. And a lot of it was Hawaiian music as well as classical. But I remember putting the rolls in the piano and just listening to the songs and watching the piano play. And I put in the song Tiny Bubbles on the player piano. And that's the first track on this album. He's best known for Tiny Bubbles. So that song was playing, my grandma started singing the words. So I learned about Tiny Bubbles when I was like 6 years old. But you know, he was a very popular Hawaiian singer and entertainer in the 60s and 70s, and he was on TV. So this song or this album has traditional Hawaiian tunes, and I just love this. So there's the, I can't even say these words, Ikaleli Beach Party song, Beautiful Kauai. My favorite song on here is Pearly Shells. And I'm going to leave a link of that song in the description so you can hear it. I mean, it's just such a fun sing-along. And also, Down by the Shack by the Sea and the Windward Side of the Island. So these are all traditional Hawaiian songs. So I'm going to love this. If anything, it's good for vinyl tags someday. And the record's in good condition too. No skips or nothing. It's clean. So here's the original vintage sleeve. It's a lovely photograph there. And on the back, this is on the Warner label. I'll pull the record out here so you guys can see it. Yeah, Warner label, Reprise Records. Yeah, I think this is just beautiful. Very happy. So even better, there was another Hawaiian record in the collection. I'll show you this now. I've actually been looking for this, like an original. But I'll settle with a reissue. It's Elvis's Blue Hawaii. And this was released in, let's see, October 21st of 1961 on the RCA label. And the reason why I know this is a reissue is because it's on the orange RCA label. So this is a 70s pressing. And it didn't have the inner sleeve, so I put one on there. I ordered some from Amazon. So the reason I was excited about this, I've streamed it several times on Spotify. So it's known for the single I Can't Help Falling in Love, which was a very popular Elvis song. I like this album because it has Aloha Oi on here, which is a traditional Hawaiian song, and I believe it's the state song of Hawaii. In English, Aloha Oi is Farewell to Thee, and it was written in 1878 by the Princess Lili Ukalani. Let me say that again, Lili Ukalani, who was a princess in the Hawaiian kingdom. So that's why I got this record, because there's some Hawaiian songs on here that I like. And I like this record. It's a nice, Elvis has a great voice. So where is it on here? So Aloha Oi's on the B side. And the Hawaiian wedding song's on here. So that's a traditional Hawaiian tune as well. So glad to add that to the collection. And the last nostalgia record I found, there's a lot of nostalgia in this collection. I'll show you more in the future, but I am actually excited about this one too. Burl Ives. Look at that lovely cover. It's got a green head too. So this was issued in 1961. And I think this is a reissue because I looked this up on Discogs and there's a brown cover. So this was probably just a couple years after. So it's still the 1960s. This is all folk music. And as a little kid, I, watched the Burl Ives TV specials, the Christmas, like Santa Claus is Coming to Town and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This is all Americana folk music. And the song I got excited about, like here's the track listing. Track number 4 is Goober Peas. Now if you don't know what a goober pea is, it's a peanut. And this song has a long history. I mean, it dates back to the Civil War in Georgia. And there's actually the lyrics, say Georgia and the lyrics in the 3rd and 4th verse. And this song is about the Civil War. And I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can listen to this. I sang this in 5th grade school, and it's a catchy little tune, and I love it. But, Burl Ives has a long history in entertainment. He started out in radio. He was in the folk scene in the 40s and 50s with Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger, and they were protesting the war. And like there's some really great tracks on here. They all sound different. He plays banjo and guitar and he has a wonderful voice. It's very calming. So number 5 is Cowboy Lament. That's an old cowboy song. On Top of Old Smoky. Number 3, Noah Found Grace in the Eyes of the Lord. That's an old gospel song. I mean, this is just a fun record to have in the collection. So these are the 7 records I'm going to share with you today. Through the month of January, I'll continue to show records that Laurie gave to me. I'm not sure how many videos it'll be. It'll be at least 4 or 5, and I'll definitely show you some of these terrific 45s she gave me. So thank you for taking the time to watch the video today, and I'll see you next week. Take care.